here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
Hi, Darrell Fertakos here, founder of Boundless Innovations and Dreamland Productions. I'm a three-time award-winning social entrepreneur, prolific inventor, innovation scholar, invention expert, and consumer insight specialist. My award-winning ideas and intellectual property help companies grow to record-setting sales results in the millions and even billions. With results seen on the History Channel, the Jay Leno Tonight Show, American Inventor, CNBC The Big Idea, Pitchman, and many more, inventing airbag helmets, similar products to what the electronic cigarette later became, similar products to what Square later became, similar products to what Facebook and the Metaverse later became, and so much more. I'm going to prove all these facts in the following presentation because I have a history of creating more winning product concepts than most, and I was driven to try to break Thomas Edison's invention record and conducted an experiment to try to set new U.S. history creativity records to serve the public good. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my enlightening true story. Here's how it all began. When I was a kid, I was inspired by Thomas Edison. My mom named me Darrell Thomas Fertakos. Thomas is my middle name after Edison. My relatives were inventors, and one of them worked with Edison. Growing up as a kid, I was inspired. I was dreaming up all types of product concepts. In 1995, when Game Boy was popular, I thought of Music Boy. Save your song on a chip, share your chip with your friends so your CD doesn't scratch. Hook Music Boy up to the internet to share songs. I was envisioning similar product concepts to what later became the iTunes Store and the iPod. And I wrote to Nintendo to try to make it happen. And they had a no unsolicited idea policy and a not invented here policy. If they let me in the door, I could have created a similar product. And when Nintendo was popular in the late 1980s and early 90s, I thought, why couldn't I buy cartridges with digital books and look up any article or information in the world? Turn the encyclopedia into a digital format with a search interface. I was envisioning some similar ideas to the internet and search engines. And I loved Nintendo and playing video games. And I said, why couldn't I play video games with friends around the world? I was dreaming up so many product concepts. I was inspired by the AT&T You Will commercials, Lawnmower Man, which was all about virtual reality. I began to dream of creating virtual worlds and what I later discovered, the metaverse. I was dreaming up so many product concepts, dozens as a kid. Then I won awards from the History Channel, designing a similar product to what later became Square, and fintech apps, and mobile payment apps, and mobile coupon apps, now a 300 billion industry. Won awards in my MBA program in 2010, inventing smart glasses. Helped the handicapped and did everything that Google Glass and Facebook Ray-Ban Stories is now working on. Years later, and I began to design that product in 2002, filed at the patent office in 2004. I read leading innovation books to help me invent. I completed university research and experiments in years 2000 to 2007 on and off. So I was inspired to try to set new business, invention, product, economic output, and creativity records to serve the public good. The human brain thinks of 60,000 thoughts per day. So I knew if I focused on just thinking of inventions all day long, I might break Thomas Edison's invention record. To accomplish, I had 3 research objectives: use technologies and creative techniques throughout history in my quest to try to break Thomas Edison's creativity and invention record. Objective 2, research invention history in my attempt to create more winning product, business ideas, and TV shows than most. Objective 3, analyze why most products fail and inventors and entrepreneurs in history, and then create innovative solutions to help inventors and entrepreneurs in more ways than ever before to help creatives. I read Thomas Edison's diary. I have it right here. I practiced meditation and yoga, even at a monastery, and was hypnotized and used $10,000 mind machines to optimize my creative potential, my quest to try to break Edison's invention record. After being inspired by Walt Disney, Thomas Edison, George Westinghouse, Bill Gates, Alexander Graham Bell, Larry Page, leading inventors and innovators throughout history, Steve Jobs and many more, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, you name it, they all inspired me. Their hard work and vision helped create enterprises and hundreds of thousands of jobs. In the peak of Thomas Edison's career in 1882, Thomas Edison filed 106 patent applications in 1 year. With the help of investors and while being paid to work, Edison didn't always have a proof of concept, MVP, product market fit, sales traction team. He had ideas and investors helped him and paid him a salary to work and provided funding so he could hire workers, pay them. So they were motivated to work to create breakthrough innovations from the ground up. With the help of investors and entrepreneurs working together from the get-go. That's how ventures succeed more often. I was dreaming up dozens of product concepts as a kid and teen in the 90s. And then when I used mind machines and practiced yoga and meditation, I began to envision hundreds. I worked at one of the first mind gyms in Wayne, New Jersey with David Major, who later worked with Deepak Chopra. I was hooked up to $10,000 mind machines to help me invent hundreds of product concepts. During that experiment, and afterwards, I began to envision similar product concepts to what later became FitBit, Square, Facebook, Meta, YouTube, Instagram, keychain breathalyzer, new light bulbs, new routers, new computers, new aerospace innovations, new satellite innovations. I was inventing products in over 35 industries as my 500 plus patent applications prove right here. In no way am I trying to take credit away from anyone else who had a similar idea. Millions of us have similar ideas. A small percent take action with their ideas, and a much smaller percent find the right support to succeed with their inventions and businesses, as history proves. I respect, appreciate, and admire all the entrepreneurs that built similar businesses that I began and similar products. I've had some successes and some setbacks, and now I'm working on a comeback like Steve Jobs needed to do because a con man sued by the Attorney General for scamming thousands of people hurt me, and it disrupted my product development roadmap. And now I'm looking for your help for a comeback because I have amazing innovations for the future. And here's an example of my patent applications. In 2004, I was designing smartwatches that process payments like Square, wellness watches that read your brain waves, mood watches, all types of emergency response devices, smart glasses, no sound earplugs, fold up sound walls. I have 500 plus pages of patent applications to prove I was designing similar products to what later became Square, Facebook, Meta, FitBit, Instagram, Bumble, Google Glass, Facebook Ray-Ban Stories, the Shark Tank TV show, America's Got Talent TV show, Clubhouse, ring nest, and 100 times more. During this experiment, when I tried to break Edison's invention record. Let's not forget contributors throughout history. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. Humphrey Davies did in 1802, and over a half a dozen other inventors. Let's not forget contributors in history. And I teamed up with Invention Oasis Inc. We developed a new light bulb. When one filament burns out, another one lights up. I helped sell the patent and helped with the design of the light bulb a bit. Help a company grow to record-setting sales results. Many entrepreneurs and inventors throughout history had challenges. As you see in the movie Flash of Genius, Joy, and Social Network. Some were copied, some were betrayed, had contracts broken. We have to stop taking advantage of creators and help creators in more ways than ever before and in the future. But my friends, what is an invention? The Patent Office describes an invention and gives the law to an inventor by creating a patent and being granted. There's two laws, the first to invent law and the first to file patent law. It was the first to invent law up until around 2013. And with the passage of the American Invents Act, they moved it to the first to file patent law. You have to prove you invented it first. There can't be prior art. You have to conceive of your invention, describe it, and file it at the patent office. You'll be the first to do it. You have to reduce your invention to practice by building it or filing a patent application. You have to describe your invention with drawings, features. In patent law, it's known as claims. Gordon Gould proved he invented the laser first with a notarized document. Companies years later filed patent applications and were rewarded patents that were granted. Gordon Gould proved he invented first and later won the patent rights, and companies had to pay him a reasonable royalty. And he made millions because the law is designed to reward who's the true and first inventor, not who's the copycat or the second inventor. Conception must be done within the mind of the inventor. Your invention's got to be unobvious, novel, and create utility, meaning usefulness. So study patent law because it's important to know what an invention is versus the product concept. Coming up with product concepts versus inventions are great. Most products are not patented in history, and many people made a lot of money without patents. But it's important to understand patents and to get patents because it can help protect your business and investors. My friends, I was seeing the future and I was driven to innovate to create history. In 2004, here's some of my patent applications on similar products to what later became Square and now named Block, which is now a $110 billion company. Here's my patent applications on similar products to what later became FitBit, an Apple Watch, and Google Glass, and Google Pay, and Apple Wallet, the digital storage of credit cards and driver's licenses. I won awards from the History Channel to be named a modern marvel, inventing a similar product. At a 4,200 in May 2006. I wrote to Steve Jobs to try to create the App Store and to build fintech products. I was told they had no unsolicited idea policy. If Apple let me in the door, we would have made history. I won an award in my MBA program inventing smart glasses, similar to Facebook Ray-Ban Stories and Google Glass and Google's new smart glasses. It helped with instant translation. It's dreaming up so many similar product concepts. And the metaverse was my big idea, but I wasn't the only one to think of a metaverse. That concept's been around since the invention of the hologram in the 1940s. In virtual reality, people were envisioning virtual worlds, but I had new ways to improve it. Here's my work from the History Channel, inventing a financial payment mobile coupon app at a 4,600 in 2006, before the App Store and smartphone revolution. His idea of innovation tells a digital coupon system utilized at stores. Honey sold for $4 billion. It's a coupon application and for desktop. Mobile coupon industry grew to over 1 billion users. And the fintech industry is over 350 billion. I was envisioning these concepts as a kid. Darrell's Invention Awards helped create over $150 billion markets. I won awards inventing what later became $150 billion markets, similar products. And I'm sure other inventors were thinking of similar ideas as me. But at the time, I thought I was the only one because I didn't know how to do a patent search. Square, Jack Dorsey, great leader, filed a patent application in 2009 on what Square became. Grew that business. It's now worth $110 billion. 2021. I admire him. But I filed a patent application on it prior. And here's my invention lab book to prove a watch or a phone to process payments. Alpha David, signed, dated, and witnessed by a math professor of mine. 2003, to prove I came up with a similar product concept to what Square later became. Here's my 3D renderings of a watch and a credit card reader that attaches to a phone. Here's my patent application. Your financial statements are stored in this watch, including credit cards. That's what Apple Pay later became, and Google Pay and Apple Wallet, including the digital storage of driver's license. It was similar, not 100% the same, but I was seeing the future. Here's my utility patent application on a similar product to what Google Pay and Apple Wallet later became, Samsung Pay, and all the rest, even Stripe. We're seeing the future. FitBit, Google bought for over $2 billion. FitBit didn't file a patent application until around 2009. I filed in 2004 on a similar product. In addition to smart glasses, in addition to what Apple Watch later became, Google Translate, Google Glass, Google Fi, Google Lens, how much I began to design and invent is historic. And I'm not saying my inventions were 100% the same as anything that Google created, but similar. And that shows I have talent. I wrote to AT&T to try to make it happen. They had a no unsolicited idea policy. They let me in the door. We would have made history. I swear to the US Constitution, I began to design similar products to the electronic cigarette, Google Lens, Microsoft Edge shopping browser, the App Store, keychain breathalyzer, Google Fi, iPod, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Oculus Rift, Clubhouse. What the metaverse is becoming. Even Facebook's name changed to Meta. They're using my trade dress, my Infinity logo, which I've been using for years now. Almost everything Facebook is working on, I began to design similar products. Maybe not everything, close to it. What was my big idea? It was driven since I was a kid. Invent. In 1995, Sega came out with the IR7000 communicator. This was an early social media innovation. Lets you build a profile of your friends and send messages. That product inspired me to want to build the largest social networking website in the world. In my website development class in 1998 at County College of Morris, I described DreamSpace. On the back of my syllabus, I mentioned VR profiles. I was thinking of the metaverse back then. Like-minded friend search. I was using the Infinity logo back then, 20 years before Facebook changed to Meta. And I described upload your videos, you create a profile, broadcast your videos for the world to see, share, and comment about. Isn't that similar to YouTube? It was similar. But I wanted to validate the concept. At Salisbury University in the year 2000, I completed a research study on the psychological benefits of social networking, validated by Natalie Hopkins at Salisbury University, the chair of the psychology department at the time. And then I went to Disney World to do a field study where I interviewed people around the world to see if there was demand for a new social networking website, and there was. I visited Team Disney headquarters in Florida to try to get a meeting to build the largest social networking website in the world. I aspired to be the next Walt Disney. Disney security said they wouldn't accept unsolicited ideas. Then in 2003, I completed a research study on the psychological benefits of privacy. So I knew if I was going to build the largest social networking website in the world, I needed to understand the psychological benefits of social networking and privacy to create a product that appealed to those two human needs. So many benefits of social networking: improved immune system, improved cognitive function, happier lives. But you also need privacy too. But I completed 2 research studies on the psychological benefits of social networking and on privacy to help me build the largest social networking website in the world. In 2003, 2004, I began my website. And I described on my website anything you wish to share: stories, pictures, ideas, videos, movies, experiences we post to our web community. Is that similar to Meta? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok? Share your movies, share your pictures, share your stories. I was describing similar product features in building to what later became billion-dollar ventures. Tumblr let you effortlessly share anything to a web community. I sold to Yahoo for over $1 billion back around 2014. My product was similar: anything you wish to share, you post to a web community. That's exactly what Tumblr began to build. Let you effortlessly share anything to a web community. Facebook united students together first, then businesses. My website united everyone together first. We're going to unite the minds of inventors, businesses, venture capitalists, students, scientists, engineers, mechanics, advertisers, and all socially concerned citizens. I'll prove it in a private meeting when I show you my 2003, 2004 website. Audio social networks, Clubhouse. I filed that at the patent office years prior. Twitter developed an audio social network, then Facebook did. That was my innovation and invention years prior. I pivoted to create a social network for inventors and a hit TV show for inventors called Pitchman at the time. Why? Because many people were telling me, why would anyone want to meet friends online when the AOL Instant Messenger lets you do that? But I had bigger ideas in mind for the future. This is an early screenshot, one screenshot of many, of my design of a social networking website that was similar to what Facebook later became. Welcome to Boundless Innovations, a social network to unite the minds of students, business owners, advertisers, scientists, inventors, and all people to our web community. Anything you wish to share, stories, ideas, pictures, videos, movies, experiences, post to our web community. Copyright and business method patent pending by Darrell Fertakos. I was describing similar product concepts to what later became Meta, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, Tumblr, Twitter, Clubhouse. As a result, my intellectual property contributed to over $1 trillion in market value creation. How so? When companies further developed my intellectual property, they grew. Billions in sales results, billions in profits, and some received the valuation of over $1 trillion at some points in time in history, such as Facebook. Before Mark Zuckerberg wrote a line of code to build Facebook, I validated the concept at Disney World when I interviewed people around the world who told me they felt lonely. It was hard to find like-minded friends. So I dreamed of building the largest social networking website in the world. Now, I wasn't the only one who began a social network. 6 Degrees came out in the late 1990s and others. But I had new ways to improve social networks. And of course, I envisioned this in a 2D or 3D or virtual environment as well. I wrote to Disney, Michael Eisner, CEO of Disney. I wanted to team up with the Walt Disney Company to build the largest social networking website in the world and a metaverse back in 2004. Disney wrote back saying they had a no unsolicited idea policy, not invented here policy. I couldn't get a meeting. Companies profit more so when they practice open innovation, as Harvard Business Review teaches. By considering the inventions of others, working out licensing deals, joint ventures, building new companies together, acquiring patents, there's always a win-win way to work together. Companies have these no unsolicited idea policies because they're afraid of conflicts or litigation, because their executives may have similar ideas to entrepreneurs and inventors. But you can always avoid conflict by creating a mediation clause, being transparent and honest. The benefits of open innovation by hearing the ideas of inventors and entrepreneurs outweighs closed innovation policies where companies won't consider the ideas of others. There's always a win-win way to work together. Be fair and honest to people, and you're going to discover the best inventions in the world from around the world. If Disney let me in the door, it would have made the company billions of dollars, perhaps trillions by now. I'm advancing holographic and metaverse innovations today based off my dreams in the 90s. I'm a Web 2.0 to 6.0 innovator. Here's my smart glasses drawings from like 2004 to 7. I described smart glasses that would project holograms in my early drawings, which Mark Zuckerberg is now talking about in 2021 and 2022. Envision smart contact lenses. I went to NJIT in 2006 to try to get something like that developed. Many people said it was too complex, just like people told me these smart glasses could never be done. There's naysayers. You got to find possibility thinkers. But as you can see, I'm talking about glasses that projected the internet into a line of sight or at a distance, projected holograms. It was similar to Facebook. I won an award in my MBA program inventing smart glasses. Similar to Google Glass, Facebook Ray-Ban stories, and all the smart glasses out today. Now, at the time when I invented this and dreamed it up around 2002, especially, I did think about it a little bit in the 90s. I thought I was the only one, but there was many people working on smart glasses even prior to me. But I had new ways to improve it, as I still do today. OCAM raised $30 million to develop a device to help the visually and hearing impaired that attaches to glasses. I won an award inventing a similar product in 2010. OCAM is valued at over $3 billion today. Snapchat, Spectacles, Google Glass, Facebook Ray-Ban stories, was all similar products that I began to design as well. Here's one of my patent applications to prove it. Think a device that alters your brainwaves through electrical impulses. I dreamed up similar products as well. Brain-machine interfaces, I found at the patent office as well, and new ways to improve them before Facebook and Elon Musk. But brain-machine interfaces were worked on even in the 90s and even prior. Metaverse. I love what Mark Zuckerberg's doing with Meta and all these other great companies. But it's an old concept that's being improved and finally coming to light. When the Lawnmower Man came out, I thought of building virtual worlds. And here's one of my virtual reality innovations I filed at the patent office. Computer screen that makes the internet 3D and all types of virtual worlds. I wrote to Steve Jobs to try to make it happen. They had a no unsolicited idea policy and not invented here policy. If they let me in the door, we would have made history. I'm a metaverse innovator since the 90s. Almost everything Facebook later built, I filed at the patent office. Here's one of my patent applications from 2004, portable virtual travel vacation sensory center. Sit in, lay down, and you'll begin flying anywhere in the world, plus interact with people. Facebook bought Meta, the trademark, for $60 million. Well, I'd like Facebook to buy me because they're using my trade dress and common law marks, my copyrights, my designs, my symbols, my service marks. I was using the Infinity logo to describe a new metaverse before Facebook. WhatsApp communities is similar to my messenger app that I've been building on and off for years. I'm not a coding expert like Mark Zuckerberg, and I recognize to bring my new products to market, I need extensive capital and amazing teams. So I'd like to be acquired by Google or Facebook or Microsoft or Disney. I'm open to investment, strategic partnerships, being hired. Facebook bought the trademark Meta for $60 million. Facebook's using my trade dress to earn a lot of money in the future. Almost everything Facebook began to develop since 2004, I designed similar products, including Facebook social network, audio rooms, virtual profiles, virtual education, virtual travel, virtual entertainment, gaming, payment, apps and work, virtual shopping, virtual visits with friends to concert, full body VR tracking, voice creation, metaverse, even the voice creation metaverse that Mark Zuckerberg began to build. I filed at the patent office in 2004. Can't recall if I used the word metaverse at the time, but I dreamed it up. I could prove it. Wrote the AT&T to try to make it happen. They have no unsolicited idea policy, not invented your policy. I wanted to create TV shows. I pivoted around 2004. I wrote to Michael Eisner to try to create a similar TV show to Shark Tank. While at the same time, I wanted to build a similar product to Facebook and YouTube. Here's my patent application in 2004 on Angel Investor TV show, a show where people compete. Those with the best ideas have a chance to meet angel investors to turn them into reality. Search for the next top turnaround CEO in America was similar to The Prophet. I was thinking of similar TV show concepts years prior to some of the most popular TV production companies in the world. America's Got Talent, Dancing with the Stars, Desperate Housewives, Pitchman, The Big Give, America's Next Top Model, Crowd Rules, Dragon's Den, The Big Idea. I designed similar TV show concepts often prior to these production companies, but I didn't have an agent. I reached out to CEOs and executives and networks, and they all said they had a no unsolicited idea policy. It was very hard to get a meeting. I learned how to break into the industry more so since. And it wasn't always a full-time effort. I was busy in school. I was helping my mom grow a business. I was working jobs. Inventing was more of a part-time hobby at the time. But after seeing companies grow to billions and trillions in sales results, or market value creation, developing similar products that I also began to design and describe, I recognized my one-of-a-kind talent is historic. Only Disney let me in the door. We could have created what later became Shark Tank and YouTube and similar products to Facebook. I'm a designer and inventor of over 250 plus consumer products, new routers, new mouse, new garden hoses, new pedicure devices. I helped create the hit TV show Pitchman about new product development and marketing to help make inventors' dreams come true. Collectively, with the work of many, we helped produce over 150 million units of new products sold, from new toenail clippers to new garden hoses to new pedicure devices to new projection technologies. I worked on the design and marketing of many hit products, and here's my hit TV show.
Hi, I'm Billy Mays.
And I'm Anthony Sullivan.
And we're here to tell you about our new show, Pitchman. For years, we've taken your designs
and turned them into gold mines.
I also built a social network for inventors. Sadly, a con man sued by the Attorney General for scamming thousands of people never paid me for my past inventions. And my social network for inventors and my hit TV show that I helped create, that was my copyright. And when I wasn't paid for my past work, I didn't have funds for my bigger ideas, which were similar to Square, Fitbit, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse, Nest, Ring, and many more. Why would this company hurt me when I helped them grow? Why did their cousins sue them? Why did the FBI investigate them? Why were there class action lawsuits filed? It was a setback Steve Jobs also had. The CEO who hired Steve Jobs fired him. Now I'm working on a comeback and I need your help. Each year, 300 million years lost to inventors who get scammed. And then my mom died of cancer. My dad, I think, was abused in a nursing home with dirty, toxic water. I had many distractions, but now I'm ready to take my career and business to the next level. I'm looking for more help. I won awards from the History Channel, the National Inventors Hall of Fame Foundation, the Rothman Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. I was on American Inventor with my airbag helmet invention. I was on Jay Leno with a similar product to what later became the electronic cigarette. I was on American Inventor with my smart airbag helmet. I helped Clamp Champion become a top seller in QVC, taught invention workshops at a STEM school, and appeared on all these hit TV shows, and taught invention at schools, and did many things to help inventors and entrepreneurs. Now I'm looking for your help. Here, I helped Clamp Champion become a top seller in QVC with over 5 million in sales results. I inspired this local inventor to dream up this product concept. We worked together, won gold medal awards, and took products to market with patents granted. And I helped them grow to record-setting sales results in the millions. And here's some of my happy customers. But wait, there's more. I was on Jay Leno with a similar product to the electronic cigarette. I also designed a similar product to what Bumble later became, and Tinder, where women will be able to send messages to single guys in there if they want to be contacted. That was one of my provisional patent applications. I know it's not as detailed as a normal patent application, but when I came up with 700 plus ideas, I quickly jotted them down and filed at the patent office. Shark Tank, a few years back, they raised money for a keychain breathalyzer, over $1 million from entrepreneurs. I filed a similar idea at the patent office years prior. I was an American Inventor with my smart airbag helmet. Almost everything I began to dream up, design, came to market either by work I did, for companies I worked for, or other companies that took similar products to market, such as Square, Honey, Clubhouse, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, Bumble, Tumblr. Now, I'm not trying to take credit away from their genius work. I just had similar ideas as well and similar designs, and I could prove it. But I was warming up for a much bigger product and innovation in mind that I need more help with. My talents have been recognized around the world. I have a pipeline of innovations and deal flow to help companies or investors grow. I work alone and sometimes with other inventors around the world to co-develop and market new products, because the best new products emerge by a collaborative innovation process. And my vision and mission is always to create the best products possible to serve the public. And I like to work with many innovators and experts to make sure I'm developing the best product possible to serve customers. Similar products I began to envision, design, build, and invent as well. Upon going to market, produced over 3 billion products sold, over 3.5 billion product users, and helped produce 250 billion in mobile app sales and downloads. How so? I tried to build the App Store before it came out, creating over 500 billion in profits, 250,000 jobs, over 1 trillion in market value creation. I had a setback like Steve Jobs had. Now I'm looking for a comeback with your help. I was just warming up in the past. If I got in the doors with the right experts and innovators and investors, I would have made history. I was just warming up in the past. I'm one of the most talented product visionaries in the 21st century. I have a history of creating some of the best ideas in the world as well. 90% of funded startups fail. 33 to 95% of new products fail in the market. Strategic partnerships, licensing, co-product development deals equals a higher success rate. If every company in the USA practiced open innovation, we'd create over 10 trillion in economic growth. I proved alone, if Apple let me in the door, or Disney, to share my ideas, to receive a licensing deal, an investment, or to work out a joint venture, I could have helped these companies grow to billions, maybe trillions in sales. I'm sharing this today because now I'm older, I'm more focused. My parents are no longer alive. I'm ready to bring my career and business to the next level, and I'm looking for more help. When my mom was dying of cancer, she dreamed technologies could do more to help her. I have innovative solutions and technologies that can help people with cancer. I'm a man of integrity, transparency, teamwork, and creating win-win deals. And with my network, there's amazing opportunities available for companies and investors. The pandemic, it's been a bad time in history. Thousands of businesses closed, millions of people lost jobs. I'm the right person, the right business, new products, solutions, experience available at this time in history to make a significant positive difference in the world. I guarantee you have a new invention that's going to help billions of people. It's going to help millions of business owners in more ways than most products have in history. So contact me today, 973-723-1628. Darrell, boundlessinnovations.co. Let's team up. Nothing brings me more joy than creating new products that inspire, illuminate, and enrich the hearts and minds of viewers, users. When I say viewers, I'm talking about TV shows. When I say users, I'm talking about products. I want to improve the quality of life and standard of living around the world. I want to reduce worldly problems, reduce poverty, clean up the environment, create affordable housing for all, make the world a better place. So help me grow and let's make a better future desperately needed during this humanitarian crisis with monkeypox and the pandemic and all the negativity in the news. It's time for positivity and new innovative solutions for a future. I have amazing TV shows and products in the works. I'm looking for your help to get to the next level. 973-723-1628, Darrell, boundlessinnovations.co. Just warming up in the past. Imagine what can be in the future. I have better innovations today. Thank you for your time. Darrell Fertakos, founder of Boundless Innovations and Dreamland Productions. Have a great day.